Discover the hidden heart of the South, where sprawling landscapes whisper possibilities and forgotten structures await their next chapter, all nestled within the embrace of Alabama's affordable countryside. Embark on a journey through the gentle hills and quiet communities of Alabama, where the promise of homeownership intertwines with the timeless allure of land, space, and potential. This exploration unveils a collection of distinctive properties, each telling its own story of character, opportunity, and the enduring charm of Southern living. These are not merely houses, they are canvases awaiting the brushstrokes of vision, creativity, and personal touch, set against a backdrop of natural beauty and community warmth. Our first stop introduces a classic brick ranch, gracefully positioned within a peaceful residential enclave. This home exudes the sturdy elegance of mid-century craftsmanship, with its enduring brick exterior and inviting front porch that beckons quiet mornings and friendly waves to passing neighbors. A generous deck extends into the lush surroundings, offering a perfect vantage point to enjoy the serenity of mature trees and the soft chorus of birdsong. Inside, the layout unfolds with thoughtful separation of spaces, featuring multiple private retreats, each accompanied by its own bathing area, ensuring comfort and convenience for residents and guests alike. The heart of the home reveals a kitchen brimming with cabinetry and natural light, where memories of shared meals and laughter can easily take root. A striking fireplace anchors the main living area, its presence hinting at cozy evenings and gatherings, though it carries the gentle reminder of past stories that invite careful consideration and renewal. The lower level expands the possibilities further, presenting additional space that could transform into a hobby room, a creative studio, or a comfortable suite for extended family. Throughout, the interplay of ceramic surfaces and warm wood tones creates a welcoming atmosphere, while the property's generous grounds offer privacy and room to roam, all within a friendly cul-de-sac setting that balances seclusion with community connection. Venturing next to a different corner of the state, we encounter a residence that captures the romantic spirit of architectural history. This distinguished home, with its steeply pitched roof and charming half-timbered details, stands as a testament to timeless design and enduring craftsmanship. The exterior, clad in enduring brick and decorative shingles, presents a facade of character and curb appeal that immediately captures the imagination. Stepping inside, one is greeted by the warmth of original heart pine floors that have witnessed decades of life, their patina telling silent stories of the past. The interior flows with a sense of grandeur and intimacy, featuring formal spaces designed for elegant entertaining, alongside cozy nooks perfect for quiet reflection. A butler's pantry adds a touch of vintage sophistication, bridging the kitchen and dining areas with functional charm. The kitchen itself, though ready for personalization, offers a solid foundation with ample storage and the potential to become a culinary haven. Upstairs, the primary suite provides a serene escape, complete with an ensuite bathing area, while additional chambers offer flexibility for family, guests, or dedicated workspaces. The home's thoughtful details, from graceful interior doors with glass knobs to the play of light through original windows, create an atmosphere of refined character. Situated on a well-proportioned lot within a walkable neighborhood, this property invites exploration of its nooks and possibilities, promising a rewarding project for those who appreciate architectural heritage and the joy of restoration. Our journey then leads us deeper into the wooded tranquility of Alabama's countryside, where a rustic log cabin awaits amidst a private expanse of nature. This charming retreat embodies the simple pleasures of country living, with its hand-hewn logs and welcoming screened porch that blurs the line between indoors and the great outdoors. The setting is nothing short of picturesque, surrounded by mature trees, native vegetation, and the gentle promise of seasonal blooms. The interior, though modest in footprint, offers a cozy and efficient layout, with a combined living and kitchen area that encourages a sense of togetherness. The kitchen space, with its practical setup and windows overlooking the serene landscape, provides a functional base for creating nourishing meals while staying connected to the beauty outside. A dedicated bathing area and comfortable sleeping quarters complete the essentials, all wrapped in the warm, earthy tones of wood paneling that enhance the cabin's rustic appeal. Beyond the main structure, the property reveals its true treasure: expansive grounds dotted with fruit-bearing trees and pecan specimens, alongside useful outbuildings that could serve as workshops, storage, or creative projects. This secluded haven offers more than just a home. It presents a lifestyle of self-sufficiency, connection to the land, and the profound peace that comes from being surrounded by nature's rhythms. It is a place where one can imagine gardening, stargazing, or simply enjoying the quiet symphony of the woods, all while being part of a broader community that values the simple, good life. Finally, we arrive at a truly unique opportunity that defies conventional categorization. A former broadcasting site nestled on a generous parcel of land. This property carries an intriguing history, marked by the enduring presence of a tall radio tower that stands as a silent sentinel against the sky. The main building, with its practical construction and functional design, hints at its past utility while offering a blank slate for future adaptation. A meandering stream graces the property, adding the soothing sound of flowing water and enhancing the natural appeal of the landscape. The grounds are a tapestry of open spaces and wooded areas, providing ample room for exploration, recreation, or development according to one's dreams. Outbuildings with electrical service suggest additional utility, while the overall setting exudes a sense of solitude and possibility. This is a property for the visionary, the dreamer, or the entrepreneur, someone who sees beyond the current state to imagine a homestead, a creative retreat, a small-scale agricultural venture, or a unique residential compound. The presence of the tower, while a distinctive feature, also speaks to the property's connection to communication and community, offering a poetic metaphor for the new stories waiting to be broadcast from this special place. Throughout this exploration, a consistent theme emerges: the importance of thoughtful due diligence. Each property, with its unique character and potential, invites prospective buyers to engage in careful inspection, local research, and conversations with knowledgeable professionals. Understanding the condition of structures, the functionality of essential systems, and the nuances of local regulations forms the foundation of a confident and informed decision. Working with experienced real estate agents who know the area can provide invaluable insights into market dynamics, neighborhood character, and the practical aspects of ownership. Moreover, taking the time to visit properties at different times of day, speaking with neighbors, and immersing oneself in the community helps to paint a fuller picture of what life in these locations might entail. This process of discovery is not merely about evaluating a structure. It is about envisioning a future, aligning personal goals with the opportunities presented, and embracing the journey of creating a home that resonates with one's values and aspirations. Beyond the individual properties, the broader context of Alabama living adds compelling layers to the appeal. The state is renowned for its manageable cost of living, where housing expenses and utility costs align with a lifestyle that prioritizes value and quality of life. Residents often speak of the warmth of Southern hospitality, the richness of cultural traditions, and the accessibility of natural beauty. From serene forests and gentle rivers to vibrant local festivals and community gatherings, the pace of life here allows for deeper connections, whether with family, neighbors, or the land itself. For those seeking a change from the relentless pace of more urbanized regions, Alabama offers a chance to recalibrate, to invest in space and tranquility, and to build a life rooted in authenticity and purpose. The affordability of homeownership, coupled with the potential for personalization and growth, creates a powerful invitation to reimagine what is possible when one chooses to plant roots in a place that values heritage, community, and the simple joys of everyday living. In closing, these properties represent more than just real estate listings. They are invitations to dream, to create, and to belong. Each one carries the potential to become a sanctuary, a legacy, or a launching pad for new adventures. Whether drawn to the classic charm of a brick ranch, the architectural romance of a historic home, the rustic simplicity of a woodland cabin, or the unconventional promise of a unique parcel with a story to tell, the common thread is opportunity. Alabama, with its gentle landscapes, welcoming communities, and enduring values, provides the perfect backdrop for turning possibility into reality. So, to those who listen to the call of the countryside, who see potential where others see only the present, and who believe that a home is not just a place, but a promise, this journey through Alabama's affordable treasures is for you. May your cup always be full of happiness, your vision clear, and your path lead you to the doorstep of a future filled with promise, peace, and the profound satisfaction of building a life well lived. What makes the Evergreen radio station property unique? The Evergreen property stands out as a truly unconventional opportunity, combining land, history, and infrastructure in a way that few residential listings can match. Situated on more than 6 acres in Conecuh County, this parcel once housed an AM radio station, and the original broadcast tower remains standing as a distinctive landmark. The main building, constructed in the mid-20th century, features a solid concrete block foundation and a well-maintained shingle roof, offering a functional shell that could be adapted for a variety of uses. A natural stream flows through the property, eventually feeding a neighboring pond, which adds both aesthetic appeal and potential for water-related activities or landscaping features. The presence of electrical service to at least one outbuilding suggests that some infrastructure is already in place, though buyers would need to verify the status of water and septic systems. The setting offers a high degree of privacy and tranquility, with mature vegetation and open spaces that could support everything from a secluded homestead to a creative workspace or small-scale agricultural project. The price point, significantly lower than many residential lots in other regions, makes this an intriguing option for those willing to invest vision and effort into transforming a unique piece of Alabama history into a personalized retreat. What should potential buyers consider before purchasing any of these Alabama properties? Prospective buyers should approach these opportunities with a balanced mix of enthusiasm and practical diligence. First and foremost, a thorough professional inspection is essential for any structure, particularly those that have been vacant or unoccupied for extended periods. This includes evaluating the condition of roofing, plumbing, electrical systems, and foundational elements, as well as checking for signs of pest activity or moisture damage. For properties with acreage, understanding land boundaries, soil quality, drainage patterns, and any easements or restrictions is equally important. Buyers should also research local zoning regulations, especially if they envision agricultural use, additional construction, or home-based business activities. Engaging with a knowledgeable local real estate agent can provide valuable insights into neighborhood dynamics, school districts, emergency services, and future development plans that might affect property values. Additionally, verifying utility availability and costs, including internet and cellular service in more rural locations, helps ensure that the property aligns with lifestyle needs. Finally, visiting the property at different times of day and during various weather conditions can reveal aspects of noise levels, traffic patterns, and environmental factors that static photographs cannot convey. Taking these steps empowers buyers to make informed decisions and to approach negotiations with confidence, knowing both the potential and the responsibilities that come with each unique property. How does the cost of living in Alabama compare to other states? Alabama consistently ranks among the most affordable states in the nation, offering residents a favorable balance between quality of life and financial accessibility. Housing costs, including both purchase prices and rental rates, tend to be well below the national average, allowing individuals and families to secure more space and land for their investment. Utility expenses, covering electricity, natural gas, water, and waste services, are also comparatively modest, contributing to lower monthly overhead. Transportation costs, including fuel and vehicle maintenance, benefit from the state's central location and reasonable gas prices. Grocery and household goods pricing aligns with or falls below broader regional trends. Though, like everywhere, these costs can fluctuate based on personal consumption habits and market conditions. When viewed through a comprehensive cost of living index, Alabama often places in the top tier of affordability, surpassed in the Southeast only by a small number of neighboring states. This economic accessibility does not come at the expense of community richness. Residents enjoy access to cultural events, outdoor recreation, educational institutions, and healthcare facilities that enhance daily life without demanding urban-level expenditures. For those considering relocation or investment, Alabama presents a compelling case for stretching resources further while building a life rooted in stability, space, and Southern hospitality. What are the key features of the Jackson Brick Ranch property? The Jackson property exemplifies the enduring appeal of mid-century ranch-style living, combined with the practical benefits of acreage and community placement. Set on nearly 4 acres within a quiet cul-de-sac, the home offers a sense of privacy without complete isolation, striking a balance that many buyers seek. The exterior showcases classic brick construction, known for its durability and low maintenance, complemented by a spacious deck that extends the living area into the natural surroundings. Inside, the layout provides 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, distributing private spaces across 2 levels to accommodate families, guests, or multi-generational living. The primary bathroom features dual vanities, a garden tub, and a separate shower, blending functionality with a touch of luxury. The kitchen, with ample cabinetry, a double sink, and windows that invite natural light, serves as a functional hub, ready for personalization. Original hardwood floors appear in several areas, adding warmth and character, while ceramic tile in wet areas ensures practicality. A fireplace in the main living area creates a focal point for gatherings, though its current condition warrants professional evaluation. The lower level expands usable square footage, offering flexible space that can serve as a recreation room, home office, or additional sleeping quarters. New exterior stairs and decking suggest recent attention to outdoor accessibility, while the surrounding land provides opportunities for gardening, play areas, or simply enjoying the peace of wooded surroundings. Together, these elements create a property that rewards vision and care, offering a solid foundation for creating a personalized home in a welcoming Alabama community. Why might the Sylacauga log cabin appeal to certain buyers? The Sylacauga log cabin speaks directly to those who dream of a simpler, more connected way of life, where the rhythms of nature and the satisfaction of self-sufficient living take center stage. Nestled on 5 acres of gently rolling land, the property offers immediate access to outdoor activities, from gardening and foraging to hiking and wildlife observation. The cabin itself, with its authentic log construction and screened porch, provides a cozy and efficient footprint that encourages mindful living and reduces the burden of extensive maintenance. Inside, the layout prioritizes functionality, with a combined living and kitchen area that fosters togetherness, while the sleeping and bathing spaces offer comfortable retreats after a day spent outdoors. The presence of fruit and pecan trees adds both practical value and seasonal beauty, inviting owners to harvest, preserve, and share the bounty of their land. Several outbuildings expand the property's utility, potentially serving as workshops, storage for tools and equipment, or creative studios for artistic pursuits. For buyers seeking escape from urban density, this property offers solitude without complete remoteness, maintaining a connection to community resources while providing a sanctuary for reflection and renewal. The relatively short time on the market and recent price adjustment suggest motivated sellers, creating an opportunity for attentive buyers to secure a piece of Alabama countryside at a compelling value. Ultimately, this property appeals not just as a place to live, but as a lifestyle choice that prioritizes peace, purpose, and a deeper relationship with the land. What location advantages do these Alabama properties offer? Each of these properties benefits from Alabama's strategic positioning within the Southeast, providing access to regional amenities while preserving the tranquility of smaller communities. The Jackson location places residents within reasonable driving distance of Mobile and the Gulf Coast, opening opportunities for beach outings, maritime activities, and cultural experiences associated with port cities. Talledega offers proximity to Birmingham, the state's largest metropolitan area, granting access to major healthcare facilities, employment centers, shopping, and entertainment, while maintaining a slower-paced, community-oriented atmosphere. Sylacauga sits within the scenic foothills of the Appalachian region, known for its natural beauty, outdoor recreation, and artisanal heritage, appealing to those who value landscape and craftsmanship. Evergreen, positioned near the Florida border and major transportation corridors, provides a gateway to both coastal and inland adventures, with the convenience of highway access for travel and commerce. Across all locations, residents benefit from Alabama's reputation for hospitality, where neighbors know one another, local businesses thrive on personal relationships, and community events foster connection and belonging. The state's mild climate supports year-round outdoor activities, from gardening and fishing to hiking and festivals, enhancing quality of life without the extremes of harsh winters or oppressive summers. Additionally, the lower population density in these areas translates to less traffic, shorter commutes, and a greater sense of space, allowing residents to enjoy a pace of life that prioritizes well-being over constant motion. For those seeking a change from urban intensity, these Alabama communities offer a compelling alternative that balances accessibility with authenticity. How long have these properties been on the market, and what does that mean for buyers? The varying days on market for these properties offer valuable insights for prospective buyers, reflecting both opportunity and the importance of strategic negotiation. The Jackson Brick Ranch has been listed for over 100 days, suggesting that the seller may be increasingly motivated to close a deal, potentially opening room for offers below the asking price. Similarly, the Talledega Tudor has remained available for more than 5 months, indicating that its unique character and restoration needs may require a buyer with specific vision and resources, which could work in favor of a well-prepared offer. In contrast, the Sylacauga log cabin has been on the market for only a week, signaling either a fresh listing or a recent price adjustment designed to attract immediate interest. This shorter timeline might mean less negotiation leverage, but also the chance to act quickly on a property that aligns with one's goals. The Evergreen radio station property has seen multiple listing periods and price reductions over the past few years, culminating in its current asking price, which suggests a seller eager to find the right buyer for this unconventional asset. For buyers, these timelines underscore the value of patience, research, and readiness. A property that has lingered on the market may present opportunities for inspection contingencies, repair credits, or flexible closing dates, while a newly listed or recently reduced property might require swift decision-making and pre-approved financing to remain competitive. Understanding the context behind each listing's history empowers buyers to approach negotiations with clarity, confidence, and a clear sense of their own priorities and limits. What makes the Evergreen radio station property a distinctive investment opportunity? The Evergreen property represents a rare convergence of history, land, and potential that appeals to visionary buyers seeking something beyond conventional real estate. Located at 802 Perryman Street in Evergreen, Alabama, this 6.53-acre parcel carries the legacy of a former AM radio station, with the original broadcast tower still standing as a prominent landmark. This unique feature not only adds character, but also opens imaginative possibilities for adaptive reuse. From creative residential conversion to community art space or specialized commercial venture. The main structure, built in the mid-20th century, features rough-cut concrete block construction, topped with a well-maintained shingle roof, providing a durable shell that could be renovated, expanded, or repurposed according to the buyer's goals. While the interior may require significant updates beyond cosmetic improvements, the solid foundation and functional layout offer a starting point for transformation. Additional structures on the property, including an outbuilding with electrical service and an older trailer, extend the utility of the site for storage, workshops, or temporary accommodations during renovation phases. The natural setting enhances the property's appeal, with a meandering stream that flows through the land and connects to a neighboring pond, creating opportunities for water features, wildlife observation, or passive recreation. Mature vegetation and native landscapes promise seasonal beauty and ecological value, while the overall atmosphere delivers the peace and seclusion that many seek when escaping urban density. Positioned just off Highway 65 in Conecuh County, the property balances rural tranquility with practical accessibility to regional centers like Montgomery and the Gulf Coast. For buyers willing to embrace a project that blends restoration, creativity, and land stewardship, this listing offers a compelling canvas at an accessible price point. What due diligence steps should a buyer take before pursuing the Evergreen radio station property? Approaching this unique property requires a methodical and thorough evaluation process to ensure that vision aligns with reality. First and foremost, verifying the status of essential utilities is critical. While electricity appears to be available to at least one structure, confirming the functionality and capacity of the electrical system, as well as determining the presence and condition of water and septic infrastructure, forms the foundation of any development plan. Engaging a qualified inspector with experience in older or unconventional structures can help assess the integrity of the concrete block building, roof condition, and any potential environmental concerns related to the property's prior commercial use. For the radio tower itself, consulting with a structural engineer or telecommunications specialist would provide clarity on its current safety, potential for reuse, or requirements for decommissioning if removal is preferred. Land evaluation should include a survey to confirm boundaries, an assessment of soil quality and drainage patterns, and research into any easements, rights-of-way, or zoning restrictions that might affect future use. Given the property's location near a highway, understanding noise levels, traffic patterns, and potential future road expansions is also advisable. Financial planning should account not only for the purchase price, but also for renovation costs, permitting fees, and ongoing maintenance of both structures and land. Finally, connecting with local officials, neighbors, and community organizations can provide valuable insights into area dynamics, development trends, and resources that might support the property's transformation. Taking these steps empowers buyers to move forward with confidence, minimizing surprises, and maximizing the potential of this distinctive Alabama opportunity. How does the price history of the Evergreen property inform potential negotiation strategies? The listing history of the Evergreen radio station property reveals a pattern of price adjustments that suggests seller motivation and creates opportunities for strategic offers. Originally introduced to the market in 2023 at $78,000, the property has seen successive reductions, passing through $76,500 and $69,000 before arriving at the current asking price of $59,000. This trajectory indicates that the sellers are likely eager to find a qualified buyer who can appreciate and execute on the property's unique potential. For prospective purchasers, this history provides leverage in negotiations, particularly if they can demonstrate readiness with pre-approved financing, a clear vision for the property, and a realistic timeline for closing. Offering slightly below the current asking price, perhaps accompanied by a reasonable inspection contingency period, could be well received by motivated sellers. Alternatively, proposing an as-is purchase with a streamlined closing process might appeal to sellers seeking to avoid further carrying costs or administrative burdens. Buyers should also consider the property's extended time on market and unconventional nature when framing their offer. Emphasizing their specific interest in the radio tower, the acreage, or the potential for adaptive reuse can differentiate their proposal from more generic inquiries. Ultimately, the price history signals that patience, preparation, and a personalized approach may yield favorable terms for buyers who are genuinely committed to transforming this distinctive piece of Alabama heritage. What lifestyle possibilities does the Evergreen property enable for its future owner? The Evergreen radio station property opens doors to a wide array of lifestyle choices, limited primarily by the owner's imagination and commitment. For those seeking a secluded retreat, the combination of acreage, natural features, and existing structures provides an ideal foundation for a private homestead, where one can cultivate gardens, raise small livestock, or simply enjoy the tranquility of rural living. The stream and mature vegetation create opportunities for nature observation, photography, or passive recreation like fishing or contemplative walks. Creatively inclined individuals might envision converting the main building into an artist studio, writer's retreat, or small performance space, with the radio tower serving as a symbolic or functional element of the design. Entrepreneurs could explore adaptive reuse concepts, such as a bed and breakfast with a broadcasting theme, a community event venue, or a specialized workshop space for crafts or technology. The presence of an outbuilding with electricity and the potential for camper placement offer flexible options for temporary living during renovation or for hosting guests. For those interested in sustainability, the property's size and natural resources support solar installation, rainwater collection, or permaculture practices. The location near Highway 65 provides reasonable access to supplies, services, and regional attractions, while maintaining a sense of removal from daily urban pressures. Ultimately, this property enables a lifestyle that prioritizes autonomy, creativity, and connection to place, appealing to individuals or families who value space, history, and the opportunity to shape their environment according to their personal values and aspirations. What regional advantages does Conecuh County offer to residents of the Evergreen property? Conecuh County, home to the Evergreen radio station property, provides a balanced blend of rural character and practical connectivity that enhances quality of life for its residents. The county's modest population fosters a close-knit community atmosphere where neighbors know one another. Local businesses thrive on personal relationships, and civic engagement feels accessible and meaningful. Natural amenities abound, with forests, waterways, and wildlife areas supporting outdoor activities like hunting, fishing, hiking, and birdwatching, all within a short drive from home. The mild Alabama climate extends the season for these pursuits, allowing for year-round enjoyment of the outdoors. Culturally, the region reflects the rich heritage of the Deep South, with local festivals, historical sites, and traditional crafts offering opportunities for learning and participation. Educationally, while rural, the county maintains schools and community resources focused on student success and local development. Healthcare access is supported by regional facilities in nearby larger towns, with emergency services and primary care available within reasonable travel distances. Economically, the area benefits from a low cost of living, affordable property taxes, and a business environment that encourages small enterprise and home-based ventures. Transportation infrastructure, including proximity to Highway 65 and reasonable access to interstate corridors, facilitates travel for work, leisure, or commerce. For those seeking a slower pace of life, without complete isolation, Conecuh County offers a welcoming environment where community, nature, and practicality intersect to support a fulfilling and grounded lifestyle. How might the radio tower feature influence the property's future use or value? The standing AM radio tower on the Evergreen property serves as both a distinctive landmark and a versatile asset that could significantly influence the site's future trajectory. From a historical perspective, the tower represents a tangible connection to the era of broadcast media, offering storytelling potential for heritage tourism, educational programming, or themed residential design. Architecturally, its vertical presence creates a dramatic visual element that could anchor landscape design, serve as a mounting point for antennas or lighting, or even be adapted as a climbing structure or observation platform with proper engineering. Functionally, if the tower remains in usable condition, it could support amateur radio operations, community emergency communications, or specialized commercial applications, such as wireless internet relay or environmental monitoring. For creative users, the tower might inspire artistic installations, performance art, or media production projects that leverage its symbolic association with voice and transmission. From a valuation standpoint, unique features like the tower can differentiate the property in the marketplace, potentially attracting niche buyers willing to pay a premium for its character and possibilities. However, the tower also carries responsibilities. Owners would need to assess its structural integrity, ensure compliance with Federal Communications Commission regulations if used for broadcasting, and consider liability and maintenance costs. In some cases, decommissioning and removing the tower might be preferable, which would involve its own expenses and permitting processes. Ultimately, the tower's influence on future use and value depends on the owner's vision, resources, and willingness to embrace or adapt this singular feature. For the right buyer, it transforms the property from a simple parcel of land into a canvas for innovation, memory, and meaningful placemaking. What does it mean to truly see potential in a property that others might overlook? Seeing potential requires looking beyond surface conditions to imagine possibility. A cracked foundation becomes a story of resilience. A dated kitchen transforms into a canvas for creativity, and overgrown land reveals itself as a sanctuary waiting to be nurtured. This perspective is not about ignoring reality, but about balancing honest assessment with hopeful vision. It asks us to consider what we value most in a home. Is it immediate perfection, or the opportunity to shape a space that reflects our values, efforts, and dreams? When we choose a property that needs work, we are not just buying square footage. We are investing in a process of creation, learning, and personal growth. The reward lies not only in the finished result, but in the journey of bringing something forgotten back to life, of honoring history while making room for new memories. How does the pace of rural Alabama living challenge or enrich our modern expectations of convenience and connectivity? Rural Alabama invites a recalibration of what we consider essential. The distance to a grocery store, the slower internet speeds, or the need to maintain a well and septic system might initially feel like inconveniences. Yet these very conditions can foster a deeper sense of self-reliance, community interdependence, and appreciation for simplicity. When you cannot run to a store at midnight, you plan ahead and value what you have. When neighbors are your first line of support, relationships become more meaningful. The quiet that replaces urban noise allows for reflection, creativity, and a reconnection with natural rhythms. This pace does not reject modernity, but asks us to be intentional about which technologies and conveniences truly enhance our lives, and which ones might be exchanged for space, peace, and authenticity. What responsibilities come with owning land that has historical significance, like a former radio station? Owning a piece of history is both a privilege and a stewardship. The radio tower in Evergreen is not just a structure. It is a witness to decades of communication, community news, music, and connection. Preserving or repurposing such a feature requires respect for its past while thoughtfully considering its future. This might involve researching the station's role in local history, consulting with historical societies, or finding creative ways to honor its legacy through design or programming. There is also a practical responsibility, ensuring the safety and structural integrity of older elements, complying with regulations, and being transparent with future buyers about the property's unique character. Ultimately, this kind of ownership asks us to see ourselves as caretakers in a longer story, adding our chapter with care and intention. How can the process of restoring an older home become a metaphor for personal growth or community renewal? Restoration teaches patience, humility, and the value of incremental progress. Just as a house reveals its needs slowly, a leaky roof, outdated wiring, worn floors, so too does personal growth unfold through attention to small, consistent efforts. Each repair, each decision about what to preserve and what to update, mirrors the choices we make in our own lives, honoring our foundations while allowing for change. On a community level, bringing a vacant home back to life can symbolize hope and reinvestment. It can inspire neighbors, increase local pride, and attract others who believe in the power of place. The act of restoration, whether of a house or a relationship or a neighborhood, reminds us that decay is not permanent, that care and vision can transform what was neglected into something cherished again. What does affordability truly mean when considering a home purchase in a place like Alabama? Affordability extends beyond the purchase price to encompass the full spectrum of living costs and quality of life. A lower mortgage payment might free up resources for renovations, land stewardship, or personal pursuits. Lower property taxes and utility costs can reduce financial stress and increase flexibility. But affordability also includes less tangible factors: the time saved on commutes, the mental space created by natural surroundings, the strength of community support during challenges. True affordability asks whether a home allows you to live in alignment with your values. Whether that means space for family, room for creativity, proximity to nature, or the ability to age in place. In Alabama, the combination of accessible pricing and rich lifestyle offerings invites buyers to consider not just what they can afford to buy, but what kind of life they can afford to build. How might finding a familiar cultural element in an unexpected place, like a Latino snack in a rural Alabama vending machine, reflect broader themes of connection and identity? Discovering something familiar in an unfamiliar setting can evoke powerful emotions: joy, nostalgia, surprise, or even a sense of validation. It reminds us that culture travels with people, that identity is not confined to geography, and that communities are constantly evolving through exchange and adaptation. For someone far from home, that small encounter can feel like a bridge, a reminder that they belong, that their heritage is seen and valued even in unexpected places. For the broader community, it represents inclusivity and the enrichment that comes from diverse influences. These moments challenge assumptions about what belongs where, and invite us to celebrate the ways people carry their traditions with them, creating new blends and connections that make places more vibrant and human. What role does solitude play in a well-lived life, and how can a property that offers seclusion support that need? Solitude is not loneliness. It is the intentional space for reflection, restoration, and self-discovery. A property that offers seclusion provides the physical conditions for this inner work: quiet to hear your own thoughts, nature to ground your senses, and distance from constant stimulation to reconnect with what matters most. This does not mean isolation from community, but rather the ability to choose when to engage and when to retreat. For creative individuals, solitude fuels imagination. For those healing or transitioning, it offers peace. For anyone overwhelmed by modern pace, it provides a reset. A home in a secluded setting becomes a sanctuary where one can cultivate stillness, practice mindfulness, and return to the world with renewed clarity and purpose. How can the act of researching and visiting a property become a practice of mindfulness and presence? When we approach property hunting with intention, it transforms from a transactional task into an opportunity for deep observation and connection. Walking the land, noticing the quality of light, listening to birdsong, feeling the texture of original woodwork. These sensory experiences anchor us in the present moment. Asking questions about a home's history, imagining past lives within its walls, considering how your own story might unfold there. These reflections cultivate empathy and perspective. Even the practical steps, reviewing documents, consulting experts, discussing possibilities with loved ones, become more meaningful when done with attention and care. This mindful approach not only leads to better decisions, but also enriches the journey itself, reminding us that choosing a home is about more than logistics. It is about envisioning a life. What does it mean to build a home in a place where you might be culturally or demographically different from the majority? Building a home in such a context requires courage, openness, and a commitment to mutual respect. It means bringing your authentic self while remaining curious about the community you are joining. It involves finding common ground, shared values like hospitality, hard work, or love of place, while also sharing your unique traditions and perspectives. This dynamic can enrich both the individual and the community, fostering understanding and breaking down stereotypes. It also means preparing for moments of misunderstanding or isolation, and developing resilience and support networks. Ultimately, it is an act of faith, faith that diversity strengthens communities, that connection is possible across differences, and that home is not just about fitting in, but about contributing to a more inclusive and vibrant whole. How can the decision to choose a fixer-upper reflect a broader philosophy about life, consumption, and sustainability? Choosing a fixer-upper is a rejection of disposability and an embrace of renewal. In a culture that often prioritizes the new and the convenient, opting to restore what already exists is a statement about value, resourcefulness, and environmental stewardship. It acknowledges that worth is not determined by surface perfection, but by potential, history, and the care invested. This philosophy extends beyond real estate. It encourages repairing rather than replacing, choosing quality over quantity, and finding beauty in imperfection. It aligns with sustainable living by reducing waste, preserving materials, and honoring the energy already embedded in existing structures. On a personal level, it cultivates patience, skill, and pride in creation. Ultimately, it reflects a belief that the most meaningful things, homes, relationships, communities, are not bought ready-made, but are built, nurtured, and cherished over time.